So Hashimoto's and memory problems. It is a rare Hashimoto's patient that comes in here that doesn't write down memory as part of their clinical picture. And Hashimoto's can play a huge part in memory problems. So your memory is, the part of your brain that controls memory is called your hippocampus. And this hippocampus controls memory and it controls sleep. And it controls your short-term memory and long-term memory. And short-term memory turns into long-term memory when you sleep. So just the context, the background there. So Hashimoto's hits memory in a lot of different ways. Alzheimer's is the result of the beginning of your hippocampus being destroyed, short-term memory, then not being turned into long-term memory. And we do know what it is. We do know there are many things that contribute to that. They're calling Alzheimer's diabetes type 3 because somebody finally figured out that diabetes annihilates the hippocampus, and that starts off the whole chain of events. But it's one of many things, and many of those things are directly or indirectly related to autoimmune thyroid disease. So let's go directly. When you have autoimmune thyroid disease and your thyroid gets triggered, and for many, but not all of you, a triggered Hashimoto's is going to cause intermittent heart palpitations for no reason at all, inner trembling, maybe anxiety or panic attacks. It's going to cause insomnia, night sweats. Those are the signs that your thyroid are getting attacked. And not all of you have that, but most of you have that. And when you're getting that, just know that when that's happening, your thyroid is doing a lot of bad things in your body. And two of the bad things they're doing is it's flooding your brain with inflammatory, they're called cytokines. And the Hashimoto's inflammatory molecules have a specific affinity for your hippocampus. So they go to your frontal lobe, but they have a specific affinity for your hippocampus, your short-term, long-term memory area of the brain. The second thing that they do is all neurons in the brain need a lack of inflammation. So it does three things. So it's a lack of inflammation that creates healthy brain function, and Hashimoto's creates inflammation in your brain. And then it also decreases oxygen to your brain. So all the neurons in your brain, no matter where they are, whether in the hippocampus or whether in the amygdala or the frontal lobe or whether in the cerebellum or wherever they are, they all need oxygen. And Hashimoto's decreases oxygen to the brain. One of the top 5 symptoms that I get in my office from Hashimoto's patients is a brain fog, and this is why. This is a big part of why. And then there's a cascade of indirect things that cause the hippocampus to be attacked. Stress is one of them, where you might say, well, you said we're talking about Hashimoto's, but when you have autoimmune thyroid disease, that puts a tremendous strain on your adrenal glands. Your adrenal glands can start putting out stress hormones. Stress hormones have a specific affinity to your hippocampus. Okay, autoimmune thyroid disease is the number 2 cause of gut breakdown. So digestive system breakdown, hypo stomach function, gallbladders slowing down, pancreas is slowing down, all of that creating leaky guts, all of that ultimately creating small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. And all of these things can get out of your gut. They can and they can go up to the brain, and there can be toxins in your gut that's being broken down because the thyroid is slowing the entire digestive tract down, causing all of those things to happen, causing the leak, contributing to causing the leaky gut. And now all of this stuff finds its way back to your brain. And now so now you have inflammatory components. You have components coming from food sensitivities. You have components coming from broken down bacteria in your intestines. You just have toxins that are in your intestines that are normal, but they should be going into the toilet. And now they're not going into the toilet. They're going through your leaky gut and they're going into your bloodstream. And all these find their way to your brain. In general, they'll create inflammation, and some of them actually have specific affinity for that hippocampus. So, and this is why you're seeing Alzheimer's coming. Okay, I mean, we're stressed out of our minds these days. We're on too tight of schedules. We got too many deadlines. We got too many things to do. Where we have to keep ourselves going, and then you throw all that together with the toxins, and you throw all that stuff together, and all that stuff comes together. And it ends up annihilating brain function. And then so much of that attacks your hippocampus. And Hashimoto's just, it sets off so many vicious cycles into so many areas. But it is a huge factor in a lot of these, in depression, in anxiety, in panic attacks, in memory loss. It's a huge player in memory loss. So, and there's more, but I think you get the idea that Hashimoto's is what you need to know is if you're wondering if autoimmune thyroid disease has something to do with your memory loss, the answer is yes. The question is how much, based on you and your history and how many of these things are going on. But without a doubt, you have Hashimoto's that's contributing to your memory loss. So, Hashimoto's, memory loss.